I think when I run, it just feels like that feeling of freedom. It clears my head. I get out there in amongst nature, sometimes beautiful scenery, but generally getting out there makes you feel mentally like boosted, and when you get back in, you definitely feel more like you're able to face the other challenges of life. And I think there's so many reasons I'd recommend running, definitely. But leaving home to go to the first Olympic Games.
I like that one there, Joe.
I think my first memories of running include just generally being active as a child. Loved running around, but also did a lot of biking, roller skating, loved playing football, and was disappointed that I couldn't play in a team. At that stage there wasn't a lot of opportunities for girls to play football, and it's good there are now, but always used to feel jealous about that. And it wasn't until I went to secondary school, my PE teacher asked me to run 2 laps of the sloping grass track, and she was really pleased with how I did. So I went to Exeter Harriers. When I got there, tried all the different activities there and just found that I loved distance running, and it went from there really. But I think that was just the start of my lifelong passion for running really. Yeah, when I think about role models, I suppose I'm old enough to remember Cram and Ovette and all that being on the TV, and that was quite inspiring. And then people would say to me, oh, you could have a future in running. But to me, I think at the time I couldn't relate to the fact that I would get older and stronger. I just looked at the times the seniors were running and thinking, how on earth are they doing that? I still had this childhood dream of really hoping that one day I might be able to go to the Olympics, but I knew it was probably a big ask. But yeah, I just love running. I think that's what kept me going more than anything, the love of actually getting out there, the feeling of running, and fortunately it led to me being able to continue for many years. Yeah, going to my first Olympics was an amazing moment, but I had to battle back from injury. I had made my first World Championships in 1997, but it'd all come a bit quickly. I'd been backpacking around the world, I'd come back, found myself in the senior team, but I ended up getting a knee injury that cost me 2.5 years out of the sport. I was determined to try and fulfil my childhood dream of going to an Olympic Games, so I battled back. I did lots of cross training, lots of running in the swimming pool, lots of swimming, lots of going on the bike, and gradually made my way back. But it wasn't easy, but I really wanted to become an Olympian. Yeah, I feel really honoured to have represented my country at running, and particularly to go to an Olympic Games. And when I've stood on that start line, I've took a moment to look up at the Olympic flame, realising how lucky I am and how fortunate I am that people have helped me to get there. But yeah, it's a real massive honour to represent your country, and I feel really fortunate to have done that on a lot of occasions. I definitely feel lucky. I think when I'm asked about my proudest achievement, I suppose it would have to be winning the gold at the European Championships in 2014, because I'd spent many years as an athlete going all around the world on training camps, doing all the things that I thought were the right thing to do as far as focusing on the running. But it wasn't until I was then a busy mum coming back from having our second child that I finally achieved my goal. And I think it made it more special because this medal came at a time where I was busily juggling life, I was working around the kids, I was then having to prioritise certain aspects of my training, and it came at a time when I totally didn't expect it. And also it was nice to talk to other runners who are also juggling busy lives, whether that's family life, work life, and talk about the fact you can still achieve your goals, you can find a way, you can overcome obstacles, and sometimes you can achieve things that definitely surprise yourself. So that definitely taught me a lot about that. It would feel important to me to be able to be a good role model. I want to show how much I've enjoyed my sport, not only trying to achieve goals, but just also enjoying it as far as being part of a team, that camaraderie that it brings, but also working towards goals. And when things don't go well, you think, what have you learnt from that? What can you do to move forward? But also, I've enjoyed in recent times getting more involved with coaching along with my husband. My husband is more of the lead coach on that, and he was obviously a coach of me as well in my career, but being able to pass on things I've learned to the younger generation in recent times, but also I'm quite involved with inspiring people that are older as well. And these are people that have never run in their lives, but I like to sort of send that message that you can have so much benefits from running to mental health as well as your physical health, because I love running. I want other people to realise that they can love running too, definitely.